Welcome back. You're in the C-Space studio with me, James Kotecki, here at CES 2025, and I'm very excited to welcome Rema Vasan, Head of North America Business Marketing at TikTok, and former CES Tech Talk podcast guest, where we've had a previous conversation, now welcoming you to the C-Space studio. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me back. I guess I didn't...
You did a great job.
I did decent the last time.
We want to hear from you again. And
awesome.
I do want to just acknowledge, for those who are watching this live, that TikTok is very much in the news as we speak. We are going to be talking about all the great things that you're doing on the marketing side, obviously, for business in North America. So welcome, and thanks very much for coming.
Thank you, James. And it's great to be here at CES, where we're having such rich discussions with clients. We had a great CMO dinner last night. So very exciting times ahead for TikTok.
2025 will be the year of what? What's the theme?
We've been thinking about years in the context of our What's Next trend report, which, by the way, just got released a few hours ago this morning. And in 2023, it was all about the people. I mean, we were just coming out of the pandemic, and it was all about the people and communities. 2024 was all about building resonance with the people, with the communities. 2025, to answer your question, we see as the year of brand chem, or brand chemistry. It's the year of the marketer, which is great because I'm a marketer.
We love that.
But we do love that. But it's this idea in marketing where people always ask you, is there a formula for doing marketing in a certain way to achieve the business goals? And we're happy to say that there is a formula. It's chemistry. It's all about bringing together the right ingredients around creators, communities, creative, and how you engage with those communities, how you listen to those communities that can yield the business outcomes that you're looking for. So 2025 is the year of brand chem. And in this report, we talk about various trends that fuel this brand chem. I'll call out a couple, unsurprising, but AI adoption we see is really big. And AI adoption in a way that complements and fuels human creativity is critical. And another trend is thinking about creators not just through the lens of the handful that you want to work with. People are multidimensional. Their interests are super multidimensional and niche. So how do you work with a whole swath of creators to reach all those different people and their interests?
Can we dive into AI a little bit more in terms of what are the brands who are achieving that chemistry really doing with AI? Because first of all, and apologies, AI is such a broad term, right? But I'm curious to hear you take it wherever makes the most sense for you, as far as what beyond the hype are people doing that's actually working and getting results?
Yeah. So we have a whole suite of AI solutions, automation solutions like Smart Plus, Symphony. I'll talk about them in a second. But to answer your question, what brands are doing really well are leveraging those solutions to, whether it's scale the creative, enhance the creative, enhance the performance. So I'll give you an example. Miyoki, which is a water bottle, they leverage the Smart Plus and Symphony solutions in order to remix the creative. So it's not about just creating new assets. It's about taking an asset and remixing it with Symphony in order to put a new spin on it, which actually resulted in much greater ROAS. So some of it is the big thematics around creative, but some of it could be as simple as take an asset, remix it, add a new element to it, which can get you better results as well.
But it sounds like, especially from the previous year's themes of people and resonance, that you still definitely want to have people involved in this creative process.
Absolutely. I'll give you another example, which is very people-centric. So Nutter Butter, which if you haven't seen the TikTok, I highly recommend checking it out. Completely unhinged storytelling.
But now I'm curious.
Yeah, it's completely unhinged, and you'll see what I mean when you take a look at the TikTok. It's literally a nut brought to life, doing really bizarre things. But what that's done is that it's created such unexpectedly brilliant storytelling. Each of their TikToks has an average of 10 million views. And it's brought such a resurgence back to that brand. And in fact, it's the only marketing channel they lean on. And it's led to an increase in household penetration. So this is my point around human creativity combined with artificial intelligence can really lead to brilliant outcomes.
Do you see that certain brands flourish in a TikTok environment with a certain mindset that they either do or don't bring over from kind of creating for other types of assets or other environments? In other words, could a Steven Spielberg type maybe that's a totally different mentality for the kind of creative that's necessary on TikTok, or is creativity, and you just need to figure out which vessel to put it in?
I think creativity is creativity. However, what I will say is that on the platform, you really do need to think about how you create it in a way that resonates with the platform. People on TikTok actually enjoy watching ads about 1.6 times more than other platforms. There's a reason for that. It's because the experience is so organic to the platform. Whether it's an ad or it's organic content, it feels like really engaging content. So to answer your question, yes, of course you can bring over other assets adapted for the platform, but you really need to think about how you adapt for the platform. And I think there's also, the platform enables such like homegrown, like, you know, like shot on iPhone, like brilliant, like everyday moments that it resonates like really, really well also.
Yeah. Can we talk about gaming for a little bit?
Sure.
What are some of the trends in gaming that you're seeing for 2025 and how that relates to what's happening on TikTok?
So this is not a specific trend to 2025, but we know from industry research, as well as research we've done with Newzoo, for instance, that most games will fail within the first 3 years of launch. It's a pretty depressing statistic. So we, at TikTok, we really see ourselves as business partners to the industry, whether it's gaming or beyond. And so we've created a portfolio of solutions around live ops, which is so important to gaming success. And with live ops, what you're really able to do is engage with, via creators and communities, really engage in real time to drive better discovery of your games, as well as better downloads, installs, and purchases. And this kind of live ops approach has resulted in over 9 times better like ROAS in over 100 campaigns. So we're really leaning into live ops as an offering as to combat this trend of like games not being successful.
Yeah, and it's such a noisy space, right? There's so many possibilities and things that people can do.
Exactly.
We talk about measurement also for a minute. How are you helping your clients measure success, and what are the ways that they should be thinking about that?
So we believe that measurement should be much more than just what I would call vanity metrics, so engagement, views. I mean, those are important, not that they aren't important, but it's also thinking about like what are those specific business objectives that you're looking to achieve, and what are the right KPIs that we can measure against it. So for example, if it's about commerce, like it's about how much add to cart, how much like, you know, actual like purchases on TikTok shop that we're driving, etc. I'll give you an example. Ray-Ban leveraged our Smart Plus. Smart Plus, by the way, is a solution which enables better optimization, leverages AI to enable better automation of better performance, better creative, as well as better targeting. So Ray-Ban tapped into Smart Plus in order to elevate their creative as well as their performance, and they saw a 47% greater ROAS as a result thereof. So my point is KPIs are all about like what is your business objective and what's the right KPI that drives that, and then how can our solutions best address those KPIs.
Are there other, as we look at the beginning of the year here, are there other industry challenges that you're looking out at and thinking about ways that you're going to be navigating that or helping your customers navigate?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. People now spend an average of 8 hours a day online. I mean, it's crazy. My phone keeps telling me I'm spending too much time on it, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, so 8 hours a day online. With that amount of time comes a really high expectation around the quality of the content that they choose to engage with. Because people now have the whole world at their fingertips. So they're much more discerning about which content they choose to engage with. Luckily, TikTok has emerged as that entertainment destination that people are really seeking. On average, every day in the United States, people spend a movie's worth of time on the platform every single day. And it's not all at once, it's in chunks of time, like quality chunks of time. So thinking about that trend of how people are spending this much time online, we're really creating and innovating a full funnel marketing ecosystem. So yes, it's about entertainment, but it's also about like enabling how people search, how people shop, how people find travel destinations, how people buy cars, etc. So it's really about like how do we have that full funnel ecosystem that can help achieve business outcomes for brands.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot going on with TikTok.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you taking, not a movie's length of time, but at least maybe a long TikTok version of time to talk to us today. We really appreciate it. Rema Vasan, Head of North America Business Marketing at TikTok. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you so much for watching us in the C-Space studio here at CES 2025. More conversations are just ahead. I'm James Kotecki. Stay with us.